All right, I'm making a quick video on this particular book. I've done a bunch of book reviews on dog training books. Naturally, this is a dog training page. It's a dog training channel, but I believe this is, in my opinion, one of the most important dog training books you're ever going to read. And even though the book itself contains nothing about dogs, it contains a lot of information about how to deal with people, how to talk to people, basically how to get people to, I don't want to say do what you want them to do or say what you want them to do, but basically how to talk to people in a way that is better and easier to get a nice two-way form of communication versus just talking at people or not understanding what people are trying to convey. This, in my opinion, has been one of this is one of the books that has changed the way or tremendously influenced the way that I today communicate with people. Obviously there isn't a whole lot of information on how to deal with people, human relations. You get very, very minimal training when it comes to that in school, unless you major in something like this. You're hardly ever going to go over ways and techniques and strategies on how to talk to people. And I believe this is one of the best books out there when it comes to that. Like I said, this has tremendously influenced the way I talk to people. It just makes it much easier for me to communicate with people because of some of the strategies that I got from here. Without going into a lot of detail about the book, this tells you how to deal with resistance, how to deal with disagreements, how to, if you have to criticize somebody, how to properly criticize them. Just so much good information. And why this is important, I think, in our field is as a dog trainer, or if you work in the dog industry, you have no choice but to work with people. It's just inevitable. If you work with dogs, every single dog out there is attached to a person. Every single client that you're going to be working with, obviously, they're going to be bringing their dogs to you. It doesn't matter how good you are with dogs. If you have zero people skills, you're not going to train a lot of dogs. That's just how it is. Your skill as a dog trainer can only carry you so far before your piss poor people skills deter you. So even if you go, I'm not gonna work with clients. I'm just gonna do police work. Police dogs, right? You're gonna work with handlers. You're gonna work with departments. You're gonna work with people. Even if you think to yourself, well, no, I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm just gonna do sport work. You're gonna work with people. You're gonna work with club members. You're gonna go to training directors. You're gonna be working with helpers. You just cannot help but be involved with people. This book, I've read it already a couple of times, maybe more. And I just have a lot of stuff highlighted here that I found this book so valuable to me. Definitely one of the books that made a huge impact in my personal life, also in my professional life. So I strongly recommend that you read this. Briefly, just kind of show you the table of contents. All right. This is a little bit of overview of the book. And this right here is, the table of contents. Super amazing book. If you haven't read it yet, I strongly recommend you do. If you've already read it, I strongly recommend you go back to it from time to time because super valuable info in here.